Welcome back to Thanks for Your Concern. You're here with Ella.
And I'm Bernice. Ella, what's up?
Hello.
It's Monday,
It's Monday.
post Super Bowl.
We should just talk about the Super Bowl. That's the only update. Nothing else to talk about.
Yeah,
Oh, you have your Seahawks gears on. Why have you changed over? You used to be a Steelers fan.
I'm still a Steelers fan. It's generational, okay? So, like, it started with my family, and I will always be a Steelers fan. But if the Seahawks are playing, we root for the Seahawks. Like, once,
Yes.
if the Steelers don't make it, they're out. The next best thing is the Seahawks. I also like grew up in Seattle, and true hardcore fans in my family.
Oh yeah.
So we cheer them for them to be happy.
Hell yeah. Were you
Yes.
so excited about the Super Bowl halftime show?
Yeah, it was really cool. Oh my god. Like I from the beginning, they're like, "Do you think it's going to be really political?" And I was like, "I think so, but I don't think it's going to be like in your face because like his message is like love and unity." I was like, "I think it's going to be very like dance. Like the things that he was teasing is like I want to make everybody dance and he's speaking about love." I was like, "It's going to be about unity." But obviously like seeing what that looked like IRL was really cool. What a production.
It was beautiful. Obviously, I'm not Puerto Rican, but so cool to see people represented.
Yeah.
Obviously, like I get joy from other people's culture being represented. I thought it was really cool, all the little references. I've been studying, okay, for Bad Bunny.
I've
I've been
been studying.
studying, but I mean, I didn't catch every
What you be
word.
studying? Oh, Spanish.
Yes, Spanish. I run on the treadmill with Bad Bunny with the lyrics. Okay.
Period.
And then sometimes I try to look up what things are. Even though I don't fucking understand it, it's still beautiful, right? I got it.
Yeah.
I have two eyes and comprehension skills.
Yeah, and I think that's what's interesting to think about. I knew that he was a controversial choice. But then I was like, what's so controversial about it? And then people were like posting in the Super Bowl, they're like, I don't understand a word he's saying. I guess you forget that other people are not bilingual.
Also, it's just to me like it actually highlights like one of my pet peeves
Yeah.
in life about Americans is that people are like, "Oh, you go to travel and they hate Americans." And I was like, "Well, it's because you go to the country to basically exploit cheap labor and make no effort to speak the language, and then you get fucking pissed when people are like annoyed with you." It's like, are you like it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't click to me where people feel like everyone should know English. It's like 13% of our country's first language is Spanish, and you're like pissed off because they're not acquiescing to your lack of language skills.
Yeah, that push is interesting rather than being like, we're a country where we're all bilingual, which would be really cool. What a flex
Yeah.
to be able to say, wow, we live in America where like everyone speaks multiple languages.
Which is quite frankly is more of the norm, right? It's
Yeah.
more normal for people to speak multiple languages, but we have just been like glutton for punishment because so many people find value in knowing English that we just have stopped making an effort. But like, dude, going to Europe humbles you because you meet people who know legit five languages. Like I would say the
Yeah.
norm is at least three, but I met so many people out there that that literally speak five, six, seven, eight languages.
Yeah.
You go to Thailand, and I met this tour guide. Motherfucker literally spoke eight languages. It blew my mind because Thai, English, and like Mandarin are not close languages. So like this dude was literally a polyglot and is just giving tours all day. And literally he was like, "Well, I just like learned languages because like that was just the easiest thing. So now I can give a tour in any language. So I'd never have dead time in my day because someone comes up to me and I'm like, "Oh no, I speak your language."
Yes.
I was like, "How beautiful."
Yeah, I honestly languages are hard. I feel like a lot of the hate of some stuff comes from just lack maybe of resources or feel like it's hard or you can't learn it. But it's like it's teachable. It's something you can learn. It's there's access to it for all.
Especially with YouTube, babe. I don't fucking put up with anyone's bullshit now that we have YouTube and you can learn anything on that thing.
A little bit back like to the Super Bowl and some of the moments that I feel like I teared up for most of it because it was just nice to see
Yeah.
representation in such a big stage. But there was one point where in Nueva York, he is shouting out like La Casa de Toñita, which is like Caribbean social club here in New York. And
Mhm.
it's the first place we like went out, like me and Ella and one of our like other friends when we came to look at apartments in New York. We went to this place and I was like, wow, like this is a vibe. I was I was like, this is culture because it's a place where literally all the immigrants in New York go. Like you go there and it's Spanish, but it's like Spanish with every accent that you ever
Mhm.
could think of. And as he was singing that, I was like, wow, I bet it's like super lit there. Like I bet is a rager because Bad Bunny like will pop up there every now and then. And then she literally hands him the shot, and I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, he took her to the Super Bowl. I'm fucking dead. That was cool.
It's so cool because I'm, like, so happy that Berenice, like, brought me into the fold there because I literally just distinctly remember that night very vividly because it's kinda like the day that it clicked. I was like, "Oh, man, like, this is a vibe." Like, like, I get it, like, I get why New York is such a cool place to be, It's because you have these, like, really cool bars that are, like, a social club, like, in the best sense of the world, where it's like people come and hang out and meet people and are, like, open and welcoming, like, Seattle literally could fucking never, you know? And it was just really cool, and we've been back, like, every time we go to New York, I think that's the one place that you consistently take me to, and it's a fun time every time, and, like, to see and let me say, homegirls work in the bar, like, on a day to day.
Yes.
And it's
Yes.
just it's a really cool New York story because people have tried to buy her out, and she's like, "I'm good." And very few people have those types of, like, morals these days. Very few people are refusing a paycheck like that. Like,
Yes.
what an American story. It just makes me really sad because people are like, "He's Puerto Rican, like, he should be da, 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 da." I'm like, "Bro, what's a more American story than someone who's been grinding for 10 years, believing in themselves, didn't have the access, isn't a nepo baby, but now can be on such a big stage." Like, to me, that's, like, the epitome of the American dream, but then, like, racism and xenophobia kinda, like, stop you from enjoying a truly American story.
I feel like with a lot of show of like hate and bigotry that we're experiencing, there's also a lot of message of unity, and you see more people speaking out. If it was anything, it was like a touch of hope, and Bad Bunny's
Yeah.
having a hell of a fucking year. So cheers to him, and cheers to being a beautiful brown lady. And a win for any I saw this TikTok that was like a win for like a person of color, even if we're like not the same race, is a win for like all people of color. And I
Yep.
was like, I love that. Yes. Okay. Thank God.
Celebrate the wins, babe.
Celebrate the wins. Let's get into it.
Let's get into this week's concern.
Olympic sport.
Olympic sports, things that we believe should be in the Olympics but aren't. This is a sport that I think would actually be really dope, but have you seen, like, roller skating? Like, people who are really good at roller skating? Like,
Hmm.
especially people I won't say especially, but in my experience, like, I've in the Black community, there are people doing some very artistic, cool things, and I'm just saying that because that's, like, the roller rinks I hang out at. My favorite one is down in the South End, like, down in Renton area. A lot of movement, a lot of grace, a lot of flow. And I'm like, let's get roller skates, artistic roller skating on the fucking Olympics, babes.
You should. My roommate like I had never honestly met anybody that like roller skate as like a hobby, Like I'll
Hmm.
go to the little roller rink and she does that and I'm like, wow, she just like does that and enjoys that. And personally, I think I hope I get on the hate train because I can't do it. You know what I mean?
I
Like
can't
I
either.
am really bad at
Mm-mm.
it. It takes a craft. That's a craft. I agree. Is it not an Olympic sport?
We do not have artistic roller skating as a sport.
That
No,
seems bullshit because there's ice skating.
I know.
Mm, interesting.
And we got breakdancing before roller skating.
That's true. Ooh, this is a good one. Okay.
That's my only sport one. The rest are just silly crazy.
The silly crazy. I agree with you. I did love when they added breakdancing because it was a little bit there was a tad of ridiculousness to it, but it's also just like a hard thing to do. So hopefully they keep that in the Olympics because it adds a touch of whimsical that
They
I
took it
need.
out. They took it out. I think it just happens. I don't know why they took it out. People are, like, blaming homegirl from Australia over it, but it just happens. Things rotate in and out. I am going to try to go to the LA Olympics because I just feel like it's a once in a lifetime experience. I would love to take my dad. That's the current goal. We'll see if I get that lotto spot.
Yes. Okay. Well, good luck. Good luck. I feel like
Good
it's
luck.
feasible.
I think it is. I'm manifesting the fact that I can go to an event in LA and then, we will see LA Olympics. Well, we're excited. I mean, another Olympic sport that I feel like I really am always in awe of women who have good internet sleuthing skills, okay? So I swear to God, like
Yes.
I feel like a really fun Olympic event would be you give a
Uh-huh.
woman a couple of details about a man and then she could do a deep dive into whether she's single and how quickly, like basically speed running, finding someone on the internet.
I would so qualify for that.
Me too, but I feel like it would actually be really fun. And then after they could tell you like, oh, how their brains worked.
Yeah, because everyone's digital footprint it's trackable. It's actually really easy.
The one that I feel like I felt the most crazy, but the most successful is I had this guy's first name,
Yes.
his city,
Hmm.
and one activity.
Oh yeah.
And it was
Easy money.
so easy. And he's like, "How'd you find me?" And I was like, "You told me too much. You gave me a first name, a location, and an activity. I went into your local newspaper, found out that you're actually pretty decent at wrestling. So, found your local newspaper, got your last name, clickety click clack clack. You're actually very easy to find."
It turns out if you did play a sport in high school and you were good at it, you are most likely on some sort of article, even a
Mhm.
quote, star player, blah, 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 16 years old, Kyle blank, and then that's it.
Have you seen that girl who shows up at that guy's job after he bullied her online? And she's
No.
like, "Oh," she shows up and she goes, "Hey, are you John?" And he's like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Hi, so like my name is Stephanie and you left that mean ass comment on my video last week and I just wanted to let you know how do you see how easy it was for me to find you?" And he was a little shook and I was like, "See, y'all better be careful because."
Yeah, those keyboard brave soldiers out there. What is it? Keyboard warriors.
And I'm like, "See, people can find each other so quickly and I think it'd be fun to watch at the Olympics." Hmm.
And also, you just end up with like really non-confrontational people. The people that are tippity tappity, clack clack clack, some hate shit, end up being like really awkward at like any sort of conflict or confrontation.
Yeah.
My add this to the Olympics, honestly, it would be like a good face beat, like a timed face beat.
Mm.
They're just like
Yes.
and listen, it's outdoors, right? So like there's different things that you really have to dedicate like consideration to. That is the weather. That's just like where we
Mhm.
are. Is it dry? Like type of skin. There's a lot of things and I feel like it goes undervalued how much skill, time, effort, and practice there goes into like being a good MUA.
I love that. That's a great idea.
Thank you.
There's a lot of factors there. And then, you could have different types of MUAs and different types of prompts. One thing that it's like physical and I feel like would be kind of cool in the Olympics would be I don't know how you would do it, but just like survival skills. Like how cool would it be if someone got dropped in the middle of nowhere and then we rated how well they adapted. So it's like after 10 days we come and see their camp and it's like, okay, wow, this person found food, they found water, they have a whole camping setup, and then the other person's just like in shambles, like, and then you got scored based on
I
how well
like
you
it.
adapted.
I like it. The motions of that are already there. They do quite a bit of shows where they show people that they drop in the wilderness do it. But I
Yeah,
do like the judgment, like how well did they shelter based on what they
yeah.
had around and stuff like that.
There'd be scores, and it's like, oh well, you got dinged for this. You're alive, but you're not really thriving.
I like getting the recognition of being the best at something, regardless of what it is.
Just being the best at something is really dope, and I wish I was the best at more things. So I make up things to be the best at. Like this is another thing, okay?
Uh-huh.
This is unrelated to the Olympics. I just thought of this place on the spot. I swear to God, you guys, I'm getting really good at bird watching. So much so that I literally, out of the corner of my ear, I heard a hummingbird. And I was like, "Oh, hummingbird." I looked in that direction. I spotted a hummingbird from 100 yards away, okay? Maybe not that far. I don't know how many, maybe 100 feet.
It's like, that's
And I
really far
pointed it out. I
away.
said, "There's a hummingbird right there." And someone was like, "Oh my god, how did you see it from here?" I didn't see it. I heard it, bitch.
I'm a bird
I'm
watcher.
a bird watcher. So I think finding birds might be fun. A bird watching Olympics
Ooh,
might be cool.
okay. Maybe like what bird is it based on just
Oh,
like blindfolded, you know what I mean? And like from far away. That's cool. I
have
could
you
get
seen
behind that.
good people who could do bird calling?
Yes.
That's spooky.
That's really cool too. I can't even whistle. Like
That's
that's all I
decent.
got.
That's like a song sparrow. That's
Maybe I should join the Olympic team. Bird calls. I think that live mixing should be an Olympic sport, okay?
Oh, okay. Good idea.
DJs to the front. I don't think some people get enough recognition for how many songs they're playing at a time.
Yeah. You know what? It's crazy because I read one time, like, oh, like, start off with a two deck, but you're going to get, like, kind of frustrated with it after a certain point because you're going to want to mix in three, four. And I was like, there's no way. Babes, I get it now. I'm like, oh, you do want to mix in more than two things at a motherfucking time.
Yes. And like depending on like sometimes I think it's pretty cool when people are like chopping rhythm when it's like three songs playing at the same time and you're just like moving them around to wah, wah,
Yeah.
wah, 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 to make that noise. I think that takes craft, that takes talent, that's like knowing your music, knowing you have to like sync things up. You know what I mean? And you're doing that
Mm-hmm.
while it's playing out loud. It's another part of your brain. And you have to have a good ear for it. Not everybody is meant to be a musician. Turns out, you know what I mean? Like I'm a lover of music, but I know I don't have the ear because I've met people with the ear, and they just listen to music a different way. They like recognize things in music that I don't recognize in music. So props to them. I feel like they should have a little bit more recognition because there's really like not a Grammy for like live mixing.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think also, I think people would be surprised who doesn't live mix as much as you think they do and who really
Mm,
does live mix. And
yes.
sometimes, I'm going to be honest, do I always know? No, but there's a couple of DJs I will rename nameless, but I was like so excited for their Coachella set, like so excited. Like you guys have no idea how excited I was. It's that same shit that I listened to fucking 2 years ago. What do you like bar for bar? And I'm like, you not gonna change it up?
Yes. I mean, yeah, 2 years is a long time to not change it up.
I'm telling
I
you,
will,
I was
yeah.
shocked. I was shocked. But and then also when people are like assuming that women don't live mix, like Paris Hilton, when she did Tomorrowland. I just want to say, like, how humorous is it that this man, first of all, got out his art supplies to make a hateful sign,
Yeah.
camp out all day at Tomorrowland to hate on a female DJ. Like, what loser
What a
behavior.
loser.
Get a fucking life, dude.
Yeah.
I'm sure he didn't see it as like how silly he's being, but she literally stopped and she was like, I'm live mixing.
You're annoying.
You're jealous because I'm up here and you're down there. You don't really know from the crowd who's live mixing or not.
No, you can't tell. Not unless you're behind that person.
Yeah, and you're seeing all the little.
Yeah. Another Olympic sport is small talk. Okay. I feel like
Oh,
listen, going through sorority recruitment and like having to talk to a lot of people, you just like realize how many people don't know how to do small talk and do small talk well. I feel like doing small talk well is a tool. It's a practice, but mainly some people are just like really good at it. And it does, I feel, pave you to have success in some sort of like professional situation. You got to
a
get people talking.
a good conversationalist. I will tell you, I was just commenting about this a couple days ago. My grandma, RIP, she was an amazing conversationalist. She could have small talk that wasn't small talk. Like asking, actually having like a legitimate conversation with someone, but very like small talk in the way that it's surface level. You know what I'm saying? She's
Mm.
not being vulnerable at all, really. And I was like, that's amazing. That is a talent because a lot of people can't really do that.
No, hold a conversation. And it's really not that hard. You just have to keep asking about the thing that you're talking about. Literally.
That's where I get in trouble with small talk at within sorority recruitment is that I'm trying to have a conversation about what you just told me about. And I can't tell you how many times, y'all, these women, I'd ask them a question, they would tell me, like, I'm like, "What are you interested in?" "Oh, I'm interested in animals." "Okay, what's your favorite animal?" Babes, you just said you're interested in this."
I'm asking you about what you like.
I'm asking, like,
You
I can't tell you how many times that happened where I'm just like, "Babes, why would you bring this up if you didn't wanna talk about it?"
Yeah, and like sometimes, okay, so you're in sorority recruitment, you got even talking points, right? Like this person says they did soccer, cheer, and like they volunteer. Just
Mhm.
please like don't lie about that because then you will get maybe asked if they need topics. So I'd be like, oh, so did you play any sports? So I could get them to tell me, you know,
Right. Mhm.
not like I know this about you, and then they wouldn't get to it. They just would be silent, and I'm like, just speaking is not for everybody. So I do believe that people are really good at it should have some sort of reward.
I love that one. Another skill that I mean is adjacent to your talent, quilters and
Oh,
crocheters, just Americana or just in general like folk art and crafting, the precision, the
the
detail.
patience.
The patience.
It's the
Oh my
patience for me,
god.
babes. Like, that takes time.
And it is such a craft and a skill that's developed, and I feel like it's not talked about enough because I feel like it's put in this like homemaking woman's interest. Of course, we completely devalue women's art, but there are some amazing quilters in the world.
Yes, they really are. That is something that you leave it to other people, like the knitting, the crochet, and the quilting. My respect.
Oh, really? It's just a truly like the fabric arts are just truly a talent that is so out of my wheelhouse, and
Oh
it
my
gets.
god, yeah. Could you
Mhm.
imagine like speed knitting at the Olympics?
There's this one creator, I can't think of her name off the top of my head, but she's knits while talking. So she's like, and I'm like, oh my gosh, she's literally
She's
she's making a
going.
sweater
Mhm.
while talking. It's incredible.
Okay, this one goes along the small talk lines, but I said like mock trial, like debate. My it's another thing.
Oh,
I sometimes I think about like what I'm not good at. And it's these people just think so fast and they're so good with it with like comebacks. They're just ready and I really admire that and I feel like that takes talent and practice.
oh, debate. So you guys, I don't know if you know this, but you know I am a state amateur ranked debate.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Frederick Douglass debate style, baby. That's where you
Oh.
both have a pro and a con argument, okay? I loved debate. I was a debate master, a master debater, as one might say. But the people who are really good at it are so good at it. It's insane. And there's different styles of debate, and like
Mhm.
the impromptu debate where you don't even know what the fuck you're gonna be debating. Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, that is fun. I will say I probably wouldn't date somebody that likes to debate. I probably stay away from them. Have you ever tried to have a conversation with someone that just trying to debate you? And I'm like, bro, this isn't a debate.
One of my closest friends, I said, "You could do that with other people. I'm not playing with you." I would
Yeah.
literally get to the point where I'm like, "You're doing that thing that drives me nuts.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it." And they would
Yeah.
be like, "Yeah, I am doing that. I know you are." And other people kind of like let it go, but I know this isn't your heart. It's always when it's something where it's like, "Babes, this is not your heart. Don't play devil's advocate. Don't argue to argue. I'm not playing with you."
Yeah, I have a lot of issues with this one. Sometimes I feel even with family where I was like, I just don't feel like this is a conversation. This is a debate because you're trying to get to a point without really listening to the other person. You know what I mean? Like you're not actually like reflecting on what's being spoken about. You're just like trying to get to your point. And I like that's just like kind of a waste of my time. Like this is not a learning space, you know? Like this is a let me get to my point space and yeah, it's just not it for me.
I have a family member that does this, and I'll literally be like, "Okay, pause. Let me just make it clear on what point you're trying to argue." And then I'll say the outlandish thing that they're just like trying to be. It's like, Hitler wasn't that bad of a guy, okay, for instance. I'm like, "So this is what you're trying to you would like to have a discussion about this for real? Like, this is how you feel?" And then they're like, "Well, an argument could be made." Sure, but is that your argument that you believe in and you think's gonna age well throughout time, and you think that this should be it's a
Yeah.
good use of family time?
It's a debater at heart.
And then they're like, "No." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, let's not use family time for views we don't even have. Just, like, why are we arguing for fun at family dinner?"
Yeah. It's giving no.
But in the setting of the Olympics, I think that's a framework in which I think debating and mock trial is interesting and fun because there are, like, referees or judges who make sure that you're not bullshitting, you know? They keep
Yes.
you on point.
I agree. I've enjoyed these sort of like Mr. Beast, like Squid Game recreations. I feel like that should be an Olympic sport because there's like, or more like stress management related. Because I see people that are really not good at managing stress. Then I meet people that I'm like, wow, I feel like if you were placed under like stressful situation, you'd come out on top. And I would love to see how that would unfold as a viewer. Okay? To put
Mm.
somebody through different stressful situations and kind of see how they manage it. And if you're able to like keep your stress levels low throughout the entire thing, that's how you get.
Okay, who has the emotional regulation to survive through all of these trials?
Yeah.
Some people really lose their shit when a flight is delayed, okay?
Yeah.
I feel like I could keep it calm, keep it cool.
Exactly.
But other people would crack under those types of simulations.
Oh, 100%. You can always tell who either everything was dealt for them growing up because they have absolutely no regulation skills at all. It just goes from 0 to 100. Like, well, everything is now wrong. And I'm like, what do you mean?
Like,
It's
bro,
chill.
chill. Like,
Yeah.
chill, dude. I've been witnesses to people's crash outs, like in, like, let's say in Abercrombie and Fitch. Okay, I've seen someone crash out there, and I'm like, so what's it like when something objectively bad happens to you? Like, where do you go from here? You know, like you're yelling at a 17-year-old girl who's technically a model. Okay,
Yeah.
it's like when something actually bad happens, where are you get?
Some people just don't have that skill set, and it'd be really nice to see other nonchalantes take that on because sometimes I feel like in work situations, some people would like crash out, like tears. Like when I telling you, like I saw one of my managers like just like fully break down next to me after just like someone said she did something wrong. I was like, oh God. And then people would like call me out because I'm not like freaking out about any of these like situations about clothing. And they're like, well, it just seems like you don't care. And I'm like, just because I can regulate my emotions and know that, like, while this is important work that we're doing here for this company, it's not like in the grand scheme of things, like that of a stressful situation.
Yeah, yeah, and, like, have you I actually was thinking about this. Have you seen, like, comments on parenting videos like, "Oh, are you on Prozac?" Because a parent has the emotional regulation to not freak out during a situation?
I am not, but
It's like a pattern, and I've just been noticing it. I was like, emotional regulate, like, he's not when you see a calm mother dealing with a situation with a 2-year-old in a calm manner, doesn't mean she's hopped up on mood stabilizers, like, that's just emotional regulation, like, what?
comes to show how much people are not emotionally regulated and they put their stress onto other people and they see that as normal. But I don't think it's normal.
It would behoove a lot of people for them to figure out how to, like, chill
Yeah.
out. Because I
Yeah.
think a lot of the times when I see my coworkers freaking out and I'm like, "Yo, you've gotta, like, figure out this because this is gonna really, like life's gonna be really hard if you're getting this worked up over little comments about your work that are honestly supposed to be feedback." I know the person that's giving it to you actually isn't the best at giving feedback, so it does feel like criticism, but at the end of the day, it is feedback, you know?
Very true. Very true. Nonchalantes to the front.
The only other one that I think would be really fun would be styling. Like, I feel like stylists,
Yes.
I think that's a lost art because now things are just, like, so commercial, cookie cutter. We see things on celebrities exactly how they were on the runway, but the runway was styled, right? But I
Yeah.
would like to see people push past like matching set, perfect. Da, 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 da. Like, now let's see some styling, babes. Let's get some points for mixing texture and like putting things together that you don't think matches but makes it look good. I would think that'd be dope.
That is a very unrecognized art. It is
Mhm.
putting clothes together and maybe wearing a skirt as a top or something of that sort,
Mhm.
you know? And
Thinking
with
outside the box.
yes, styling, metal, I'd love that. That's a good one. And then maybe more people would dress better. Have that be an Olympics.
Right?
Okay, okay. Well, those were mine too. I think there's a lot of things that could be added to the Olympics.
What would be your ads? Everyone drop them in the comments. Make sure that you like and subscribe to this video and make sure that you follow us on social media at Things Number 4 You're Concerned. I'm at LL Tutor.
I'm at Bernice DSM.